I went back, rest, do it homework, and I don't know, Turkey Sheikh, if organization fight.
Let's see from there what's happened. But I want to see. I will do for Iraq.
Criticism to everyone wants the rematch.
Everybody wants a rematch.
Will you sanction a rematch?
Absolutely yes, but...
Commentary. Oleksandr Usyk accepts Rico Verhoeven rematch after controversial stoppage. The situation has exploded in boxing as both fans and promoters demand clarity after the disputed finish. Turkey Usyk has also backed the rematch idea, insisting the fight ended in controversy and must be settled properly in the ring. Usyk is now expected to accept the challenge to prove his dominance, silence critics, and remove all doubts after the stoppage debate that shocked the boxing world.
Oh, I do not think about this. A lot of people say, hey, it's early, it's not. Listen, it's not my job. My job is boxing.
Rico Verhoeven confirms that His Excellency was very happy with his performance and even called the fight a robbery, immediately pushing for a rematch. Rico says he also wants the second fight, as the controversy has only grown since the stoppage. Now attention shifts to whether the rematch will be officially confirmed so both fighters can settle everything properly in the ring and prove the real winner.
No, I don't care. Let's see what happens. His Excellency was super happy with the performance. He said, like, oh, it was a robbery. I want you again. Yeah, I want to see this fight again. You want the rematch. So, but let's see what happens.
Max Kellerman highlights that Rico Verhoeven clearly deserves a rematch, but also notes that Ajit Kabayel has been waiting in line for his opportunity first. He references Turkey Usyk statement calling the stoppage bad and saying Rico should have been allowed to continue. While Usyk was controlling the fight late, the referee's decision created controversy. And now the next move is up to Usyk as plans for future stadium events and possible rematches are being discussed.
This guy deserves a rematch, but this needs to happen first. Agit's been waiting. Here's a quote from Turkey Usyk since then. It was a bad stoppage. Rico deserved to continue to fight. It's clear that Usyk was controlling in the end.
Peter Fury confirms strong momentum for a rematch, saying Turkey Usyk is actively pushing for it, and when he commits, major fights usually get made quickly. He adds that fans would love to see it again while still respecting Usyk's status as a great champion, making it clear the boxing world is seriously leaning toward running it back.
From his performance, he done very well, so this is not about Alexander, it's about stopping a fight too early. Look, we don't know, he could have come out...
Duke McKenzie dismisses the controversy completely, arguing that Rico Verhoeven getting stopped on his feet doesn't change the outcome of the fight. He insists Rico was not winning and says Usyk remains the rightful winner regardless of debate. According to him, history only remembers winners, and in his view, Usyk's victory stands firm despite the ongoing arguments about the stoppage.
Stopped on your feet, it's done him a favour, because certain people were saying, well, what, he was in the fight, he could have potentially won the fight. No, he couldn't. Not in my book. Anyway, but he didn't win the fight, and history's written by the winners.
Johnny Nelson praises Rico Verhoeven's performance, saying he should be proud and fully deserves a rematch. He believes Usyk would likely win again on points rather than stoppage because both fighters now understand each other better. Nelson adds that Usyk would need to adjust his strategy, respect Rico's danger, and rely more on boxing skills in a second encounter instead of looking for a finish.
An absolutely brilliant job. He should be well proud of himself. Will he get a rematch? Interesting. He knows this guy.
Mike Coppinger highlights how the Rico situation has disrupted major fight plans, insisting the rematch is deserved and should happen immediately. He suggests even reshuffling big championship priorities if needed, including dropping belts to make the fight possible. Rico himself reinforces the controversy, claiming the stoppage was confusing and unfair, pointing out the bell situation and calling for either a rematch or official review of the result.
Do it in Germany, do it in the UK, wherever. But the Rico stuff threw a wrench into all this. I think Rico deserves a rematch, immediate rematch. And I'm someone that wants to see Kabayel fight. But if I'm Usyk, hey, drop the WBC belt, fight Rico for the other two versions of your title, and then turn around if you beat Rico and fight.
Rico Verhoeven explains he was fully aware during the stoppage and felt the referee jumped in too early. He says the timing didn't make sense, especially with the bell situation, and believes mistakes were made in the decision. Rico insists the result should be reviewed properly, arguing it should either become a no contest or go to the scorecards, as he feels he was still in the fight.
Remember when he boxed Derek Chisora? Handful he was. Derek was just unpredictable. He was just there in his face. It was cumbersome. He was lugging forward, and that's what Rico did as well. And he made it hard for Usyk to set on a big sweeping right hand, just whizzing past him. And I thought, just takes one of those, right time, right place, and it could be lights out. And as I said,
Arl Frock questions the stoppage timing, pointing out Rico got up after the knockdown and the fight was near the end of the round. He believes ringside scores had Rico ahead by a couple of rounds and says the referee could have let it continue. Frock even suggests Usyk didn't look like himself, implying confusion over whether the champion declined or the stoppage changed everything.
Came out, he got up on the 8 count, and then the 10-second clapper went, so it was right towards the end of the round, and it was almost like the referee could have let the fight go on, just so we could have seen the final round, because on a lot of scorecards around the ringside, people had Rico ahead by about 2 or 3 rounds, and difficult to argue with. I don't know what Usyk was doing. Has Usyk got old overnight? I doubt it. He trained.
Peter Fury strongly criticized the stoppage, claiming the bell had already gone and the referee made a serious mistake by waving the fight off during Rico's recovery time. He emphasized that in a world title fight, moments like this should never happen, especially when a fighter is still standing and capable of continuing. His remarks have added serious weight to the growing belief that the decision was premature and highly controversial.
Listen, I'm sure Mike Lyson's a nice guy and he does everything properly. We're all human. He's probably just made an error there. But it's definitely a premature stoppage because it was the end of the round. He's got a full minute to recover and he's on his feet. You know, so yes, it's a very poor stoppage, especially when he was in the fight as well.
Spoke to Rico and he's not happy with putting up a valiant defeat. You can tell he's genuinely gutted. He said he's going to push for the rematch. Is that the direction you'd like to see him go? Turki Al-Sheikh seems keen on the rematch, and when he, puts his mind to these things, they tend to get done.
Look, we'd love the rematch, and he's a great champion, Oleksandr Usyk. And let's not take anything away from his performance.
Rico made it clear that revenge is now the only thing on his mind. He believed he was close on the scorecards, maybe even slightly ahead, and only needed to survive those final seconds to reach round 12. But instead of getting that chance, the referee stepped in and left him feeling robbed of a proper ending. Rico also proved something bigger. He can box, he can compete, and he can trouble Usyk. That is why he wants the biggest fights, and the rematch is the one everyone will demand.
Over tonight.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that stoppage. Were you aware the bell was going? Did you feel like it had gone? And how disappointed are you with it?
I heard that it was like 10 seconds to go. So I heard the click. So I was like, ooh, just like keep slipping and sliding and let's try to get through it and recover and then fight till the end for the 12. Because I thought like maybe after the 8 count we were like equal on the scorecard. I thought I was a little bit ahead, but maybe because of the 8 count it was pretty equal. So I thought like, at least we got to fight till the end then. Even better for the crowd. Didn't get the opportunity.
From being around you in the media days leading up to this and all fight week, it felt like your self-belief was so strong that you kind of knew something that we didn't. Did that have any part of your success in the fight, that you just knew that you were good enough to get in there with Oleksandr Usyk?
100%. I don't care that the people didn't know, but I knew. I knew we had a good shot versus this guy.
People will be screaming about a rematch. I know Ajit Kabayel will have something to say about that, but for you, it's just about the biggest fights, and if the rematch comes, the rematch will come.
Exactly. Just want the biggest fights. I showed that I can fight, that I can box. So
Rico's own words made the rematch demand feel even more powerful. He was not begging for sympathy. He was saying he wanted the chance to finish like a fighter, either by reaching round 12 or going out properly. That is what made the referee look so bad. Rico believed he was close on the scorecards and close to shocking the world, but the stoppage denied him that final test. He left proud of his performance, but also frustrated because he felt the ending was taken out of his hands. That is why revenge against Usyk now feels. Chisora went straight after the referee and called the stoppage wrong without hesitation. To him, Rico was robbed, and the only fair answer is a rematch. Chisora also made an important point about Usyk. He did not think Usyk had suddenly become old or finished. He believed Usyk simply did not respect Rico enough until the fight reached dangerous territory. That makes the ending look even more controversial. If Rico was pushing Usyk that hard and possibly winning, then the referee's decision did more than stop a fight. It protected the result from becoming a disaster.
An early stoppage.
That was an early stoppage. They robbed that fucking guy.
What's next for Rico, do you think?
Okay, huh?
What do you think's next for Rico?
Dylan White. I think Rico should fight Dylan White. Huh?
Yeah, what about the rematch?
They got a rematch? Nah, then, but what's his name? What's the Turkish boy? What's his name?
Kabayel.
He won't get his WBC. You know, be unfair. Actually, you know what? Fuck him. Fuck him. We won the rematch.
Derek, was that an off night or has Usyk lost a step?
Usyk didn't lose a step, fellas. What you have to understand now, Usyk hasn't been in the ring for a while, so he didn't lose a step. Yeah. So what happened there was just things taking his time. You know, if he's fighting a real boxer, if he fights this guy again next time, he knocks him out.
Okay. Do you think he underestimated him?
I think he didn't respect him until he realized he was in round 11?
Yeah.
And he was losing. He was like,
You said they robbed him. Why do you think the ref stopped it?
That stoppage was wrong.
Do you think Usyk will take the rematch?
He's gonna have to.
Usyk's reaction showed respect, but it also revealed how difficult the fight really was. He admitted Rico had a style he had not seen before and called it a hard fight. That matters because it confirms Rico was not just surviving. He was forcing Usyk into a serious battle. Usyk may have landed the uppercut, but the controversy remains because the stoppage came at the most sensitive moment. When even the winner acknowledges the opponent's quality, it strengthens the argument that Rico deserved a cleaner ending, and maybe another chance to settle it without controversy. The stoppage. At 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round 11, the fight was basically at the bell. That is why he believed the referee should have let it continue for one more second, or at least allowed the round to end. Rico was not asking for special treatment. He wanted a clear finish, whether by knockout, bell, or scorecards. Instead, the referee made a decision that left everyone arguing. That is exactly why Rico's call for revenge and a rematch has so much momentum.
To the stoppage. They read it out as 2 minutes 59 of the 11th round. I guess you believe that that stoppage was after the bell had rung, right?
I don't know. At least it was close. So, and then if you see it is close, I mean, the referee also heard that it was just the last 10 seconds. So just let it go. Let it go, or let me go down, let me get like knocked out clean, or let the bell go. But like I said, it's not up to me, and I gotta respect everything what the box organization decides, and the referee, he's the one making the decision. So yeah.
Adam Smith exposed why Rico's rematch demand has become impossible to ignore. Before the fight, almost everyone treated Rico like he had no real chance against Usyk. He was expected to be outboxed, broken down, and stopped. Instead, he turned the fight into a real contest and shocked people who had already written him off. That is what makes the referee's decision look so damaging. When the underdog is still competing and the scoring is being debated, you cannot end the fight in a way that leaves fans confused. Rico gave boxing a surprise story, but the stoppage robbed it of a proper ending.
Well, I tell you what, it's exciting, isn't it? Very, very exciting. And I think that we were all so surprised because Rico was really given no chance. I mean, everyone said he's got to climb a pyramid or more to even get anywhere close to Usyk. Predictions were, from all of us, pretty much, Usyk by stoppage. And it seemed like he was getting into gears, and even though maybe he lost some of those early rounds. I mean, the scoring, Mike Coppinger had it very wide to Verhoeven. Others maybe had it more.
Liam Goff put the scorecard issue right in the middle of the controversy. His point was simple. With the way the fight was going, it was hard to believe Rico was not ahead on at least one card. That makes the stoppage look even worse, because this was not a fight where Usyk was clearly cruising. Rico had made rounds competitive, forced debate, and possibly built a lead before the dramatic ending. If the official result came seconds before Rico could reach the bell, then fans have every right to question it. That is why the rematch call is not hype, it is necessary.
I don't know at the time of the stoppage what the scorecard said, but surely at least one scorecard would have had to have Rico Verhoeven up. Mike Coppinger, who, let's be frank, he is not really that good when it comes to boxing, but he gave Usyk 2 rounds going into the 11th round.
Andy Ruiz gave a more balanced view, but even his reaction added fuel to the rematch conversation. He admitted the fight felt close, even calling it almost even before Usyk landed the big uppercut. That matters because it proves Rico was not just hanging around. He was making the fight competitive against one of boxing's best. Andy also suggested Rico maybe could have continued, even though he looked hurt. That kind of middle ground opinion still hurts the referee, because if there was doubt, the official should have allowed clarity. A rematch would answer what the stoppage failed to settle.